Hi there, Colin Gwynn here with DJI. In this video we're going to take a look at getting started with the Wookong-M Assistant and driver downloads. So the first thing you want to do is open up your browser, and to get to the downloads page for the Wookong-M, you'll want to start by clicking on Products, selecting the Wookong-M. From the Wookong-M page, from any of our product pages, you'll see the Downloads link. So go ahead and click on Downloads, and here we have the release notes, the assistant software, the firmware, the user manual, and the driver. So the first thing we'll want to do is start downloading. So the first thing we'll want to do is go ahead and start downloading the assistant software as well as the driver. So let's get both of those started. And so the first thing we'll do is install the driver. So once we've got both the driver and Wookong-M installer downloaded, we'll go ahead and click on the driver install. Go ahead and say run. You want to make sure that your main controller is powered up and connected via USB. So I say yes, it is connected. Hit next. Go ahead and go through the install process. Okay, so what I like to do at this point is go ahead and restart my computer after a driver install. You may or may not need to do this, but I generally like to do it so that we can make sure that the driver is installed properly. So we will see you in 1 second. Okay, so now that we have the driver installed and we have restarted our computer, we are ready to go ahead and install the Wookong-M Assistant software. So we'll do that now. Okay. Okay, and now that we have the software installed, you'll see that there's a desktop icon right here if you selected to put it on your desktop. Now when I double click the icon and open the software, it's waiting to sense that the autopilot has been plugged in. So once I provide power to my autopilot, I'm going to go ahead and turn on my transmitter. Okay, so the first time you open the software, if you don't already have an account, you'll have to create an account. If you already have an account, you can just sign in. Now when you open your software, you'll see that it automatically checks for updates. It's saying that the current software is 1.34, the current firmware is 5.14. Now we just had a firmware update come out a couple of days ago, which is 5.16. So what I can do is I can say OK, and it's going to download that newest firmware, and I can say go ahead and upgrade. So it tells me that it's enhanced the V6, I6, Y6, and revision Y6 while if you lose one motor. And then it also enhances S-Bus port support, which means you can now use S-Bus 2, the new Futaba S-Bus that comes out on the 18MZ. So that'll be really handy. And finally, we can add a height limit inside the Wookong Assistant software. So now remember, you've got to there's a chance that all of your settings will be lost, and you'll have to reconfigure your settings. So you want to make sure that you know those settings. But if it's your first time to ever install a master controller and the assistant software, then it doesn't really matter because you have to go through your settings anyways. So I will go ahead and do that firmware update. It is now updating the firmware. And the firmware is updated. So it wants me to power cycle the firmware, the master controller. So I go ahead and unplug the master controller, and I'm going to go ahead and plug it right back in. Okay, we're plugged back in, and now you can see this blue light here is letting us know that we are communicating with our master controller. And now in the next video, we're going to do a walkthrough. Now that we have installed the software, installed the driver, you're ready to go in and start interacting with your master controller. So in the next video, we'll take a look at all the different settings here in the software. Thanks so much.